Hi guys, this is James from Devil's Paintbrush, and today I thought I'd do something I haven't done for quite a while. I'm going to do a basing video. My last one was for Kings of War. It was a multi-basing video for Kings of War. This time I thought I'd do one for bolt action, because some of the bolt action... Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Some of the bolt action artillery pieces come with this base. This is your standard 60mm base, and as you can see, not really a lot of room. So what most people tend to do is either buy larger bases, 100, 150mm bases, or do what I do, and that's use CDs. As you can see, it's an old children's CD that I've had knocking around for quite some time. Considering my oldest son is now 14, this hasn't seen any use for a good 12 years. Anyway, so what I like to do is I cover the CD with masking tape and a little bit on the back. This acts as a base and something for the filler when I do it to adhere to, and then when you put the basing material on, the PVA glue soaks through to it and helps it stick as well. Anyway, so what you need, there we go, that's better. So what we need, obviously we need your artillery piece. Now a CD is perfect for a Pak 40 or a 6-pounder or any of the larger anti-tank guns. I've even done an 88 on this. It's perfect. You need your artillery piece, your crew, preferably pre-painted. As you can see, I've already redone these guys. If it would just focus, there we go. And the Fallschirmjäger, part of the Fallschirmjäger starter army. There's a couple of spent shell casings there. And then what you're going to need, oh, focus, damn your eyes, there we go. I'm very lucky, and I have a dead hedge in my back garden, and I get all these twigs from there. So what you do is you get your base, and it's probably a good idea to position the gun on the base where you want it, like so, and then you position your logs where you want them to be. I'm going for a hastily built gun pit, so that's how I want them done. We super glue them down, and then we're on to the next stage, which we'll see in a couple of seconds. Hi guys, and welcome back. And as you can see, I've glued the twigs to the base. The next thing to do is you get your filler, which I get from Poundland, so it's actually really good stuff, and because it's a pound, it doesn't break the bank. So what you do is, there down, you put filler around there to make it look like the earth, or the logs have been dug into the earth. At the same time, you position your gun, you then position your crew, like so. Then you glue the crew in place, take the gun off, then you filler around the crews and the crew's bases, so it's level. Then when that's dry, and the filler's dry, we move on to the next step. And welcome back. So, as you can see, hopefully, the filler is on the base. I haven't stuck the gun on, that's just there for positioning purposes. So as you see, the filler's all on. The next step is to actually smooth down some of the sharper edge of the filler. You can do that with either your finger or a sculpting tool, which I have one right here. You just give it a bit of a scrape, get the hard edges off. It doesn't really matter because you're going to be putting sand all over it. Come on, focus, there we go. That's better. So you're going to be putting sand all over it. And the sand I use, it's not Games Workshop sand, it's just a tub left over. What it is is normal play stand I picked up from Poundland, mixed in with various bits of slate and other bits and bobs I had lying around left over, so that gives you a nice variety of texture. So that's the next step. PVA all over, sand is on, and we'll be seeing that in a couple of seconds. Right guys, here we are with my trusty spray and sand tray. I've just done PVA all over the base, 50-50 mix of water. Then we just pick it up and we slide all the sand off. Now it doesn't matter if all the sand has not taken, because that just looks like a little bit of wet mud, and it will just get covered up with static grass and whatever you want to do that later. Now the thing is with this, I now have to leave this to dry probably for 2 to 3 hours before I can put the paint on. Also gives me a chance to go in around people's knees with a stiff brush and brush all the sand and glue away from people's knees and what have you. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. So join me in the next bit when we should be slapping some paint on this bad boy. Right guys, welcome back, and as you can see, the base has been sanded and it has been painted, and you probably still see just down there, paint's still a little bit wet, so I cannot do any dry brushing, but that is the next stage. And we're also taking the camera off the tripod, so I can have a closer look, possibly at the crew. Yeah. So, next stage is once that's dry brush the whole thing. I'm going to use Ushabti bone. Yes, Ushabti bone. And then, oh, shaking all over the place. And then, now it's dry brushed, we're going to use tufts and static flock. And maybe, I'm not sure, but I've got some really long grass. Because the idea behind this is an old position that's been hit by artillery, which is why all the logs are all over the place and sort of half buried by the earth, and they've just quickly repositioned it, dragged their Pak 40 up and to pour the paint onto the allies. So there you go guys, next stage will be probably the finished bit, so I'll catch you guys in a second. And there we go guys, that is the finished Fallschirmjäger Pak 40, all based up. Let's see if I can get it to focus properly. All based up, we have tufts, which are the ones down here, a little bit of static flock. It's all glued down, it's all based, and it's all ready to take the battlefield. So, as usual guys, thanks for watching. Please give a like and a subscribe, and just a reminder, if you look at my previous video, which is my 100 subscriber giveaway, just pop a comment saying me if you'd like to win one of the 2 miniatures I've got to give away, and to let you know that the winner will be picked at random on my birthday, which is the 17th of December. So as usual, thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you next time.